He says go, go, go.
Alright, so
Welcome back, everyone, to the
we,
stream.
yeah.
This loser bracket semi-final, we have Azwa, Silva, Massa, and Carl, who we just saw, along with Roa, knock out Tamarillo and Haki Jr.
Oh yeah. So let's see. Estimated time. Well, it's starting now, guys. So
Yeah. We are, it's going to be first to 100 points. Well, 100 points for each finalist, rather. Not 120 as we saw in the winner bracket final.
yeah.
Yeah. So, a shorter match, but the stakes are higher than ever here, as two people will be knocked out of the competition. Massa from Germany, the only non-French player in this group. Of course, there are already two French players guaranteed to be in the grand final. So we'll see if any of the players from abroad can make a dent in the French dominance at the top.
Yeah.
And what a map to start on, Yellow Lambo of all maps.
Ooh. We approve. Right?
Yep. We just go through the warm up round here. The turn of doom right there that so many people have messed up on. Will it catch anyone else out? That remains to be seen. I guess you can hear that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway.
yeah, there's a ghoul in my house singing.
Alright.
It's haunted.
But talking about the Daddy Money records, we have Massa on top 2. We have Aswer on top 5. Is Aswer playing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we have Carl on top 15. And then Silver on top 21. That's going to be our 4 players in this loser bracket semifinal. So, Leo.
Well, you said Massa has top 2 Daddy, and he's probably able to drive fast times, although he told me that he was not feeling very confident on this one.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how things go for him. Obviously, it is a very tricky map, so not surprising that he doesn't feel too confident on it. Silver, perhaps not the favourite, drops down. And wow, we see a wall bang there from Massa. I haven't seen any of the other players do that.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible to see, actually. It didn't seem to pay off. Maybe it's a safe tactic to avoid a nose slide or a gear down, but whatever the reason for doing that, it hasn't seemed to pay off that much. And he slips into third ahead of Silver, but Aswa is in second, and Carl is just taking it steady. And wow, a wallbang from Silver there.
Yeah.
This is a match of wallbangs. I've not seen those two before, and yeah, that is going to be very interesting as the match goes on. Azra and Carl, this intense battle. Who's going to take it? It's all about the speed at the end here. Carl, with much more speed, is going to take it ahead of Azra. 57.28. That's a good time. That's a good round too.
Yeah,
With
that's
Azra on point 36.
Very good first round there. And Carl again, showing that he is, even though he's an old school player, he is still performing really great after so many years. And into round number 2. Let's see if Massa will keep doing this wallbang. Last time he was a little bit behind when he did it. Oh, but he clips the wall. And does the slide there. So now we have... where is Carl? What? He also did a mistake. Well, now he's fourth. Massa goes up to third. And it's a battle between the two AAA players, Aswer and Silver.
Out of the two, I would tip Azra to take it, but you know.
Yeah. Aswer having a 1700ths of a second lead over his teammates. Let's see what Silver can do. He actually does slow down a little bit. So this is a very clear round for Aswer, unless he does a big mistake. Massa is gonna take third, so not the closest rounds, but a good time from Aswer there, 57.33. Will secure him 10 important points in the second round.
And Massa sitting on 8 points here. Not the best. He's currently last. Azra taking an early lead, but it's all to play for as we go into the third round. And Silver actually with a pretty good start here, along with Massa. They're both ahead of that. But Massa, he clips the wall just on the edge slightly, and well, he's lost a couple of tenths. And also Aswer, I've no idea what he did, but he's fallen right back, even behind Massa. So Silver now fighting with Carl at the top. As we go into this platform section, quite risky. They all play it safe and avoid the wall that can cause you to flip out of the map. As you go into the grass section here, Carl with way more speed than Silver looks to be taking first. Silver with that wall bang didn't really pay off for him, but he's neck and neck with Carl now. Massa just behind, he's risking to make the comeback, and look, he just slides into view there. Oh, he'll have to risk the end if he hopes to take first or second, but Silver and Carl, they look pretty safe up there. And Carl will take first place home with 57.74, not the best time. Silver will take second, Massa third, and Aswer fourth.
Oh yeah. And the scoreboard is in the favor of Carl with 23 points. Aswer and Silver pretty close as well, and then Massa with 12 at the bottom. Let's follow him in the... Yeah, he avoids the mistake there and goes for the slide. And that pays off immediately for him. He's now in first. Aswer and Carl following very closely. Silver had some bad first corners here. He is 31 hundredths of a second behind Massa. Let's follow Aswer here. It's car length between him and Carl right now. Oh, but he clips the wall and his teammate is going to pass him. Massa keeping onto that first place. But Karlov is, or could, maybe get some good speed in the ends. He is closing the gap and... Oh, what a bump from Massa, but it doesn't affect his speed. So he will take first with a nice time, 57.33. So good stuff by Massa. He needs it after a couple of bad rounds to begin with.
And that's just, it shows you how crucial it is to get first place, because Massa, all the way from last place, I believe, just boosted into second, joint second with Aswer. And now this thing is it's really hotting up, and they're getting closer and closer between the players. More rounds go on. Massa again with a good start, although I think he got the gear down there, so lost quite a bit of speed. Doesn't matter though, he's still in first place. But he has three Frenchmen hot on his heels. Literally, it's neck and neck now going into the platform. Great platform sections from both Massa and Carl there. And Aswer is right behind in third. Silver dropping down a bit. So it's really just between the three of them here at the top. Ooh, Aswer with a risky line, but it paid off. And Massa, on the other hand, had to release some gas in order not to crash. Here we go, Aswer and Carl going into the last couple of turns. Aswer fully risks it, but it pays off, and now he's got more speed and a better line going into the end. And he will take first place with a sick end. Good round. Good round. Point 30 from Aswer, point 32 from Carl.
Yeah,
that's
that
what we
risk
like to see.
definitely paid off. He got 4 extra points for that. Crossing that Rammstein right there is very risky, but yeah, that's one of the perks of risking. And that was the first map, and we see Carl with 35 points in first position, very closely followed by Asfer, only 3 points behind. And then there's a small gap, very small, to Massa and Silver, sitting at 26 and 22 points respectively. So, yep, that was the Earthquake by Clement. Clement?
I know. Don't you mean that wasn't Earthquake, that was Yellow Lambo. We're going to Earthquake now.
Alright, yeah.
This is the it's got the awkward start and the awkward end, which you have to risk or save. I always love going into the end, just never know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
And znik, you've left the server?
Yeah, the game crashed on me.
Unfortunate right there. Yeah, we'll have some game footage here soon.
Oh, I saw you in the list. There you are. There we go.
Not much to mention here. They're just doing the warm-up. So here we go. Second map of this losers bracket. Semi-final.
Yeah. So you take it?
I'll take this one. Get the hype on right now. Silver, can he make the comeback? Will he show that he's not that much of an underdog right now? Will Massa, player who we all know is capable of driving insane times, step it up? Or will Carl, with his vast amount of experience, see this one off? So many questions. The answers will be coming. Massa starting off strong here. Azure and Silver for AAA at the back, with Carl just with them. Already the German Massa has ditched his French opponents, and as they go into the 25-second mark, Massa with a huge lead actually. He needs to be careful that he doesn't risk unnecessarily now. He just needs to stay in first, although of course Azure and Carl will look to capitalise on any mistakes the German makes. Here we go, Azure with a lot of speed actually, doing as I was saying there, just capitalising in Massa, very wide. Now all three of them are going into the end, pretty much neck and neck. It's going to all go down to who risks the end successfully. Oh, Massa. Azure bumps off. And he's on his roof, he can't finish. Silver decided to save, he guarantees himself points. Azure there, massive.
Wow. Up until that jump, Azure was actually doing really great. He overtook both Carl and Massa. And yeah, unfortunate that he couldn't land that last jump into the finish. Otherwise it would have been an epic ending from him. Anyway, here we go into round number 2. We see Massa this time having the worst start of the players. Oh, and a nice bump from Silver there sends him back to 4th. So now it's Azure and Carl fighting, but Massa joins up after a nice corner here. Some nice exit speed. Onto the blue part here. And now inside pole. Wow, this is very close. Azure with a great corner there. Boosts ahead, but oh, that was almost too wide up on that quarter pipe. But look at the speed from Azure. He's just separating himself from the rest. He's looking very strong this round. And Carl actually hits the wall. So now it's up to Massa to make something happen. But Azure, oh, he takes the safe goal. And he still gets ahead. So yeah, if you have a 2 to 3 tenths of a lead, you can afford to take the safe goal. So very good round from Azure there, 55.17.
Almost made up for his failed ending the round before.
Yeah.
Now things are very close, 45, 42 and 42 points for the top 3.
Yeah.
Silver lagging behind at 29. But as we go into this round, he's actually in the middle of the pack, which is where I guess he'd like to stay and somehow creep towards the top. Everybody with pretty good lines there at the beginning of the map. As we go to the 25-second checkpoint, Azure is in the lead. He seems to be feeling this map. Massa with a nice line. Ooh, he tries to creep in, but very narrowly avoids the balloon thing instead on the grass part. And Massa here, ooh, he went a bit too inside, loses some speed, and he can see now with Cam 1, Carl creeping up behind him. And he will actually be passed by Carl, and now he needs to make something happen in this end if he wants to get 6 points here. Azure in first, but Carl making the attack. They all risk. Oh, what a round that is. Extremely close. Azure with a sick 54.97 time, actually. Great round.
Yeah. And with that, Azure is up to first now, overtaking Carl with 1 point on the scoreboard. Massa is down 5 points behind Carl. So still close to those two in the top. And Silver is the one that needs points now. And he's currently in 2nd place, right behind the German player. Oh, and Azure has made a mistake. Just noticed. And Massa also loses a lot of speed. So he's falling behind now a second. And we'll let Azure pass him. Or, yeah. Carl is now taking the lead ahead of Silver, who loses some speed after a bad corner there. So now Carl is looking very good this round to take 10 points, but as I say that, he loses a lot of speed after bumping on the Rammstein. Silver, can he capitalize on it? Ah, not the best line here. Still on 2nd. And he is going for the risky end and does make it, but Carl is staying ahead with 10 points to him. Massa getting last there, so that's not good for him to catch up to the 2 French players above him.
But overall on this map, I think he's launching a little bit of a comeback, you could say. He didn't start off that well last time, and he's doing okay this time. I mean, on this map. But into round 5, last round on Earthquake for this match, no doubt. And Silver, oh, so close to the wall. And Massa has to drop back a bit there, although he has a lot of speed. Ooh! Oh, so close to clicking the checkpoint. I could feel like the fear he must have had just then, as a Cam 1 player myself. And well, very close here, going to the midsection of the track. No one with a clear advantage. Azwa goes over the green Ramstein at a bad angle and bumps down just behind Carl. But again, he gets good speed in this section. He's done it time and time again, risking the Ramsteins to his advantage. Massa with the gear down. He couldn't do anything there after he got the gear down. And Carl, will he risk the end? Yes, they all risk it. And they will make it. Azwa with a top time there, 54.87. That's the best we've seen so far this match.
Yeah.
Very good stuff.
Wow, they are neck and neck here in the points list as well. 67 for Carl, only 1 point ahead of Asfer. And then we have Massa on 52 and then Silver on 42. And that was the second map of this last match of the night. So yeah, this has been a long day of streaming today, Leo. But we still have it in us. The hype is real for this match.
The last match we will stream today, right here.
2 losers will drop out of the tournament, and the 2 winners will advance to the loser bracket final tomorrow.
And this, yeah, the second day. Everyone who goes to here goes to the second day of the competition, and yeah, things are really heating up now. Everybody wants to make it to the second day.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to just be a spectator, especially after making the trip. I'd say especially Massa all the way from Germany. Pretty sure he had to fly too, so he will not want to go home tomorrow after not making it through the second day. Yeah. Sorry, I was just watching Carl there.
Yeah.
That bug is so nasty.
You could just feel it down your spine.
Yep.
Anyway, this is the, was it the third? Yeah, challenge number 3. It's Chinemasta by Loco Buddha. And the best Dedemania is by Massa on top 5 with 59.14. And then Aswer on top 6, 59.15. And then top 9 goes to Carl with 59.26. And then Silver on top 18 with .37. So yeah, Silver is currently positioned last with 42 points. Hasn't had the fastest rounds, but I haven't seen too many big mistakes from Silver. He's just consistently slow. I guess it's... So let's follow Silver in the first round of map number 3, and he actually clips the wall. No, the pole there. Oh, that is very unlucky. And Asfer has lost some speed here, but with a nice line there, bounces back. Gets a lot of exit speed, and is now finding himself in between of Massa and Carl. And this is very close. Let's see, Carl lost some speed there after that corner. Let's follow him. Massa in first now. Asfer very close. Silver is far behind, 1.6 seconds behind. Oh, but Massa clips the wall, and that leaves Asfer in front. Let's follow Carl. I think he's too far behind now. Unless Asfer makes a mistake, this is gonna be 10 points for him. And that means he's gonna... Oh, but he gets a... What slowdown? Out of nowhere, and Carl is taking over the first position and secures 10 points. Wow, that is a...
unexpected.
Very unlucky mistake, or what we should call it, from Asper there. So now Carl is extending his lead, 77 points. Hui.
Yep, seems like another sort of a match that's divided in two here, with 2 at the top and 2 struggling at the bottom. This time Carl and Asver leading the fray at the top, And Carl this time in 4th place. Massa, as usual, at the front at the start of the round, but he hits the wall. He is not having a good time on this map at all. Aswa, in the meantime, in 1st place here, surrounded, well, not surrounded, but trailed by his French mates here, including teammate Silva, who tries to get a lot of speed to overtake Carl, but it's not to be, and I think they're gonna stay with Carl in 2nd and Silva in 3rd, although Silva with a good end could overtake Carl here.
Oh.
But he goes too wide and hits the wall, and actually Massa will pass him. So good result there for Massa, who out of nowhere gets an extra point. And Deddy's hidden.
Oh, that's right. It's taking a lot of space, that Dedimania, when it's opened. Keep forgetting that. Anyway, round number 3. And we see Asfer actually closing the gap again. Only 1 point below Karlov. Oh, and that was Asfer. That's not going to be good for him. He's not going to be able to overtake Karlov now. And then we have Massa now in the leads. The only foreign player in this matchup. Silver trailing them down. He is 1400s behind Massa. And is actually very close to Carl now after a good, or maybe rather bad, turns by Carl there. And Massa keeps that first position, going very close to the wall. Now onto the drop. We are getting very close to the end of the track. So Massa is most likely going to collect 10 points. Oh, and a lucky bump there from Silver. Let's follow Massa here. Is he going to stay in first? Yes, he will. Karlov is coming right behind him to take 6 points. And a decent time there from Massa, 59.54.
Yeah, that's good. But when I watch Carl Massa, I see that he risks like almost every single turn, and if you're feeling pressure and you're shaking a bit, or like, knees weak, palms are sweaty, any of that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
It can pretty much make you go straight into the wall, which will sort of create this chain reaction of feeling more like stressed and then playing worse. So maybe if he had some safer lines in his arsenal to ensure that he could finish rounds without crashing, that he'd feel a bit better about how it's going. But it's a pretty close round right now. Massa just jumps into 2nd place, ahead of Aswa, and is challenging Carl for 1st here. Good line there, very close to the wall. As I said, he likes to risk it, and he risked that part, but it paid off in dividends as he takes 1st place ahead of Carl. Oh, but he goes way too tight. Hits the wall. That was a risk that did not need to be taken, and Aswa will take a 1st place with Carl in 2nd, and those are the two guys Massa desperately didn't want to be overtaken by at the end there.
Yeah. That is a big mistake from Massa, and he can't afford that right now because they are getting very close to getting finalists. Both Asfer and Carl on 95 points now, so we could see 2 finalists after this round, unless Massa steps it up and takes 1st this round.
Yes,
and he is.
Sorry, after you.
Yeah, he is off to a good start, together with Asfer and Carl here. Let's see now up the platform here. Oh, but Massa crashes again, and and Carl. Only Asper is alone at the top now. And look at this, Silver and Carl having the same amount of speed after those big blunders. And where is Massa? He is very far behind. So yeah, if this continues like this, we're gonna have 2 finalists, because Asper is now far in front. Oh, Silver with a very risky drop there. This might be able to overtake Carl with some good last corners. It's looking... Oh yeah, Carl is gonna take 2nd unless it crashes in the last corner here. Yeah, so we have 2 finalists. Leo, lucky you. This is...
And we changed map 2. There's so much to ask of Silver and Massa now if they want to come back.
Yeah.
Aswa and Carl have been dominating right from the start, and it looks like they will be on their way to becoming loser bracket finalists at this rate.
Yeah, and again we see 2 French players now being on the top two, just like the previous match we casted. So the only foreign hope here, Massa, has, I mean, 3 rounds he have to catch up to finalists. So Leo, what do you think Massa has what it takes to come back from this?
I think he does. I think he can. I think out of all the players here, he can drive the fastest times, but it's not all about driving near to the world record in these sorts of matches. And it's looking more and more like his exit from ESWC last year, where he was against 3 French players as well.
Yeah.
So we just have to hope he can, well, he will have to hope that he can bring himself back, you know, sort of rejuvenate himself to get over the pressure and take it round by round and not think about how many rounds he has to win.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Just to break down the mental barrier and take it all round for rounds. Go La Sauce. And this is older than ever, as the 4th and most likely final map of the last match tonight. Leo.
Let's go.
Let's
Come
do
on.
this. 2 finalists. Shoot.
My hands are shaking. I'm still casting. We're going to follow Aswer from the start here, znik.
Alright.
See what he can do. He very nearly went through to the winners bracket final, and now he desperately wants to make the losers bracket final instead. Very close at the top here. Silver dropped down a bit, but Massa, he's holding on. He is not out of this. Oh, so close to the checkpoint, but somehow he makes it out of there alive, and he's now got a decent lead, I would say, over his opponents. He just needs to keep it going to start the comeback, start the machine. Respect Aswer now. He's still about the same distance behind as he was at the start of the map, risking everything to try and overtake Massa, as he should do because he's finalist. But Massa is having none of it, and he will keep his first position. Going into the end, decent amount of speed. Aswer and Silver both with more, but Massa is too far ahead to lose it now.
Yeah.
And he will take first place, Silver in second, so the 2 that need the points get the points, and Carl and Aswer have another attempt to win.
Yeah. So that was the first round, and now Massa has 86 points, meaning he needs to win at least 2 more rounds to take this one. And let's follow Silver. Oh, he crashes right into the platform
Oh,
block.
and Aswer, he's out of it as well.
Yeah, so this is gonna be Massa. Oh, very close to the checkpoint. He's having a tight battle with Carl here. Carl now is boosting a little bit after that stretch. Whoa! I thought he was gonna clip that platform, but he didn't. Massa is still close by. Only
Well, he risks it so much.
Whoa. 1000s now, 1400s below Carl here. He needs to make an amazing end here to overtake Carl. And yeah, he does have some more speed here. Goes for an inside line here and overtakes Carl. But no! Look at the speed from Carl! He's most likely gonna advance to the next round as we come up to the last corner, and he jumps into the finish line. Good game.
GG, Carl.
The experience prevails yet again. Carl, man, he has put up some great matches today and will see himself advance to the loser bracket final tomorrow at 10 p.m. a.m. I believe.
Yes, exactly. Great result for Carl. After all these years, he's still got it. First world champion, of course, and the match is still not over. Massa here, he might be annoyed he couldn't take it in the end there, but he just needs to win 1 more round to reach finalist himself. And no doubt he's going to risk everything now. Try and go Sursa mode.
Yeah.
Aswer, though, much more speed than Massa there. Silva in there as well. I mean, it's not out of the question for Silva to win a round and deny Aswa. Instead, Aswa, huge bump. And Silva and Massa now a little bit ahead. Aswa not out of it though. If he has a good end, he can easily take first place still. It's all to play for. He has an awkward turn and he clips the hole.
Oh.
Massa instead now in first. Silva a bit behind. So Massa potentially about to reach finalist mode as long as he can keep it together in the end. I'm sure the pressure is on him now. He goes super wide, but it's safe. Gets a lot of speed and takes the 10 points.
Oh, this Massa is doing it. He's coming back to finalist mode together with Aswer. Silver though, he has 3 more rounds that he has to finish first now. So that's gonna be very hard for him. But now it's between Massa and Aswer. Aswer now has been finalist for 2 rounds. So might be a bit worrying for him, knowing that he couldn't finish it off in the 2 previous rounds. And now Massa again, showing that he is a risky player. Oh, I thought he was gonna clip the checkpoint, but he manages to stay in there. Wow, Massa, can he capitalize on that nice save? He is now 1300s, 1700s. Oh, and the
He's out.
Aswer
God,
clips the checkpoint. Wow, Silver is far behind, and Massa, if he knows this, he should save it. And Asper even calls it in the chat, good luck. Oh man, that was such a huge and wide mistake from Asper there, leading to Massa taking second instead.
Ooh, the pressure was too much for Asper there, and Massa, he goes forward, and that was way too close for Massa, surely. That was an insane comeback.
Yeah, good game to Carl and Massa, and of course Asper, who was very close to continuing in this tournament.